If you want to understand the basics of communication, then watch this video till the end. In this video, I'm going to give you the 5 core principles of good communication. If you understand these, you will become a better communicator than 90% of your peers. And stay tuned for number 5. It's one you're not expecting, but will change everything about your communication. Before we get into those tips, my name is Tion. I'm a communications coach. I help Gen Z entrepreneurs when it comes to public speaking, their voice, and their body language, all to become more charismatic. If you would like to use communication to make you more money, comment the word communication below and we can have a chat. The 5 core principles of good communication are as follows: effective, listening. Now, listening is 90% of what a good conversationalist does. You may think the best, most charismatic people in the world are the ones who do all of the speaking. In some cases, yes. In most cases, no. See, the best communicators are also the best listeners. People love to speak about what they're doing, speak about themselves, speak about their day, their projects, their families, their life. If you let them, you're automatically better than 90% of people they've ever spoken to before. Why? Because the people they're speaking to want to do the same. They want to speak about their life. They want to speak about their job, their career, their families. If you give them that platform and you be interested and you actively listen, they will remember you. Now you may be asking, okay, so I just listen. But how do I do that? Whenever I listen to people, I feel like I just zone out and everything goes into a blur. I can't remember what they've said. Mirroring. Mirroring is how you do that. What mirroring is repeating somebody's last 2 words back to them in their sentence, or the most important words. For example, if I told you I went to the park today, to show that you're listening to me, you would mirror me. You would mirror the most important 2 words in that sentence. In this case, it would be, you went to the park, or you went to the park today. Mirroring enables effective listening. It shows the person who's talking you're paying attention and you've taken on board what they've said. Mirror for effective listening. Number 2, body, you know what's coming, language. See, before Latin, before English, before Mandarin, before Zulu, before language, verbal language existed. Humans looked, assessed each other's bodies, our appearances, our body language. One of the most powerful body language and hand gestures you can ever do when meeting someone, when having a conversation, when in an interview, is showing people your hands. We are risk averse creatures, meaning we look to decipher and determine if somebody can first threaten us before deciding to move into conversation with them. And one of the best ways our brain detects danger is by analyzing someone's hands. It's why when we see someone, we wave. Waving says, my hands are empty, I have nothing to hide, I have nothing to hurt you. Now that's in a conversation when it comes to waving. When I'm making a speech, my hands are open, my hands are out, my hands are above my torso, they're near to my chest. Hand gestures are everything. Body language is everything. I've given you one. There are over 100, there are probably thousands of body language cues and gestures you can master. And when you master certain ones, you can elicit certain emotions from different people at your will. Number 2 is body language. Master that. I wonder what you will do with it. Number 3. Effective questioning. Now, this and this goes hand in hand. Because when you listen effectively, you can question effectively. The key to effective questioning is this one thing. You have to ask questions that people don't normally get asked. I'm wondering and imagining back to my days in corporate when the conversations were predictable. I could telegraph and teleprompt a conversation when I walked into the office before it even happened. How are you today? How was your weekend? I'm fine, thanks. Good. How was your weekend? You ready for the week? Did you do anything nice on the weekend? Did you see that meeting? Did you see the football? The weather it's not been good today, has it? The weather. Listen, you can do those. If you don't want to move past a certain level of connection with somebody, you can do those. If you want people to remember you, if you want to be seen as charismatic, if you want that investor to take you seriously and for you to be top of mind whenever they think of someone to do with your industry, if you want that person to be you have to ask questions that get the person thinking outside of the box. You have to break that mold of normal mundane conversation. No more weather talk, no more football talk unless you really connect and bond with that person over that. No more asking questions out of routine. Ask specific, strategic questions that get you thinking and get the other person thinking. Ask questions about their ideology, their dreams, their goals, what they enjoy, what they don't enjoy, their families. One of the best questions that I can ever recommend you asking is this. If you had to pick a superhero, a comic book character, a TV show character, a movie character, a book character that you relate to the most, who would it be and why? If you want me to do a whole video on that question alone, comment the word superhero in the comments and I will make a video on that. Effective questioning. Number 4. Can you guess what it is? Tonality. I spelled that wrong. Tonality. I was watching a video yesterday by Jordan Belfort, the infamous Wolf of Wall Street, a master salesperson. Now, he used his salesperson in his early years to deceive and scam people. I always say communication is a tool. You can use it however you want. Nevertheless, he has amazing insight, especially into tonality. Let me give you an example of tonality. Stop. Let me first tell you what tonality actually is. Tonality is how you say words. There can be one word, one phrase, but there can be 50 different meanings depending on the tone it's said in. Example, I went to the park today. That's quite a neutral tone. Second tone, I went to the park today. Third tone, I went to the park today. Fourth tone, I went to the park today. Now, you may have not gone to the park today. I didn't go to the park. But when you're in a meeting, when you're in a pitch, when you're in an interview, use tonality to your advantage. When you want someone to pay attention to what you're saying, go quieter. Bring in your hand gestures. Emote more. Squint your eyes. Really emphasize how secretive what you're saying really is. Go quieter. That is tone. If you want people to pay attention to you and to bring people in, and you're commanding a meeting, bring out your hand gestures and raise your voice. Pause more. Garner attention. Tonality is the wave in which your words will flow on. If you have no tone, your words are just tides. When you bring in tone and emotion into your words, your phrases and your words become tsunamis. They wash over people. People feel what you're saying. Bring in tone into your everyday speech, and you will notice people be on the edge of their seats when they're listening to you. Amazing. And number 5, the one you've been waiting for, the one you've probably never heard in your life: appearance. %90 of communication is nonverbal. Remember that thing that we used to hear, never judge a book by its cover? Yeah, forget that, ever. Don't ever listen to that. I mean, the only advice I can give you is that I can't give you advice. So if you want to pay attention to that and don't judge a book by its cover, in some cases, you know what, fairs. In other cases, and in most cases, not fairs. Your appearance speaks before you do. Your clothes, your hair, your skin, as in whether it's, your skin color, everything speaks before you do. Now you have to pay attention to that. Whether your skin's broken out, whether it's oiled, whether it's moistured, everything speaks before you do. Now, there's no point crying and whinging about it. You have to use it to your advantage. You have to, because whether you like it or not, that's how it is. Your appearance speaks before you do. You have to be in a position where you want your appearance to speak what you want it to speak. How can you let your clothes speak before you do? How can you let your hair speak before you do? Now, you may be thinking, Tion, your hair is mad. And I use that to my advantage. There is no one in my industry who looks like me doing what I do. My hair is my hair, and I've taken that on board. That's my identity. My hair is one with me, like my clothes are, like my speeches, like my brand images. Your appearance is your number one communicator. If I looked at a picture of 5 people and they all were wearing different uniforms, one was in a suit, one was in a builder uniform, one was in a tracksuit, one was wearing a chain, I would make observations. Now, it's not to say that my stereotypical observations would be correct, but we make them, and perception is reality. If I never spoke to those people before, I would go away thinking that my bias is correct. You have to control your appearance. These are the 5 core principles of good communication. Number 1, effective listening. Number 2, body language. Number 3, effective questioning. Number 4, tonality. And number 5, appearance. Now, if you master even the basics, when I say master, I mean just practice these one by one. You will become a better communicator than 90% of people. And that's pretty much it. Now, this is only the surface level, the basics. If you would like to master these even more and learn about more hidden tactics to increase your presence, charisma, and your power when you're communicating with investors, employees, or clients, comment the word communication and we can have a chat to see how we can potentially help you. My name is Tion. Like and subscribe for more. Thank you very much. Bye bye.